Hey guys, Roman Sliders here with a new episode of Player's Perspective, the interview series where I talk to fellow YouTubers and get to know them a little better. They say that behind every good man is a good woman, and that's certainly the case here. From her boundless optimism to her love of shiny floors, this lady is here to remind us that each game does indeed have a story. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kwife. Amber, how are you?
Aw, I'm great, thank you. How are you, Patrick?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm doing really well. You work with your husband, K-Wing, on his YouTube channel, Nightwing01, and he's been around on YouTube longer than most people. I think you're coming around to around 6 years now, I think.
Oh, it's about right, yeah.
Yeah,
maybe a little more.
You assist with his reviews, editing and filming footage, and you also help maintain your LP channel. You're currently doing a series on Lego City Undercover. So how did you get involved in all this?
Well, actually, when we first got married, which is almost 7 years ago, we were both young and we were doing a lot of different jobs. And I saw some people, actually, K-Wing and I were both watching people who were doing game reviews online. And I remember after we watched one of the reviews, I think it was Spider-Man, old game, Spider-Man. I can't even know the name of it. Yeah, the first one, Spider-Man 3. So, after I heard him, he gave all his comments to me after we watched this other person's review, and I just said, you should say that. You should make a video, and you should say what you just said, and you should do that. And that was his first video, and ever since then, we've just gotten more people viewing, and it's been an awesome blessing. So it's been really awesome.
No, it's really interesting to see that you started off in a time when YouTube, at least the gaming community on YouTube, was a lot smaller, and so I guess you were sort of the first guys out there.
Right. I think there were actually, sometimes we watch videos today and K-Wing says, oh, they must have watched my videos from back then, because definitely we were some of the first. We've taken off more slowly than we would like to, but hopefully we're starting to take off a little bit more now. But yeah, there definitely was not a lot out there, and I think that's part of the reason that I suggested for K-Wing to do it, for Luke to do it, because I knew he could do it, and there was so little out there. I knew he could just, I knew he could do that. So
you gave him the emotional support and impetus he needed.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. He says I did. So, yeah.
That's cool. So, I suppose he's become such a big part of your life. How did you first meet Luke?
Actually, it was an interesting story. I actually knew Luke's sister before he ever knew me, and he knew my brother, but we had never met. We actually went to the same high school, but we had never run into each other the entire time we were there. And one time I was at his mom's work, I think it was, and I was just practicing the piano. I had a really bad day because I was doing music. I was trying to do music in college, and my instructor pretty much told me that I needed to practice harder and whatever. So I was playing kind of from the heart. I was playing the piano and, my own way. And Luke was helping his mom with something and helping a little kindergartner go to the bathroom or something at that work. And he heard the music and he came over and he heard me playing, and I was like just in my scruffy clothes or whatever, and there's this cute guy that came over, and I was like so embarrassed, and he invited me to church, and then he invited me out for coffee, and even though I didn't drink coffee and neither did he, we both went, and it was like a date that was just like, it just lasted all day, where we just talked about everything. And yeah, we were both pretty much done. We never wanted to ever date again, or really neither of us had dated very much at all in the first place, but somehow fate just collided and we just met that day. So it was pretty awesome. And ever since then we've been best friends. So.
Oh, sounds like a man with a plan then.
Yeah.
that's really lovely. Such a story that is, and
Thanks.
it really is. So quite recently you've made your on-camera debut. You were giving a house tour
Yes.
of your new condo. So what made that decision to step out from behind the camera and show the world what you look like?
I think, well, we did get a new place, which was really nice, and I had been waiting for more space, and I did feel really happy then. But I think one of the things was just the fans kept saying, Amber, go on camera, and all my fans have always been so encouraging to me, and I'm a really shy person in reality, in real life, and usually the Kwife that you hear on our Let's Plays and stuff like that is because I'm more confident behind a mic, and I don't have to worry, I don't know what I worry about, everything, but I'm comfortable with Luke, and that's, he's my best friend, so usually I just say whatever I feel when I'm behind the mic. So I was really nervous to be on camera, but all my fans were just so encouraging to me that I just felt like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And it was a big step, and I'm really glad I did, because then I kind of get to be closer to my fans. So that's really awesome. I'm really happy I did it because they were so encouraging even after I got on camera. So yay, thank you guys. Thanks everybody for that.
Yeah. I suppose whenever someone sort of films themselves for the first time, I guess you always have to get used to how you look and how you look, and your voice matches up with that.
That's true, yeah.
Because you always have this image of yourself and what you sound like, and then when you sort of record yourself and you're now seeing the perspective of what other people may see, it can sometimes freak you out a bit.
Right, it kind of lets people in a little bit more, so it's kind of like, but I'm really glad I did, so it was a good step, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it is.
Thank you.
So, also quite recently you have been to PAX East, and where you and K-Wing film interviews for GotGame.com, is that right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so what does it mean when you're going around filming various developers and you get to meet up with fans in the area, how and they want to take pictures with you or whatever? How does that feel?
It feels really good when somebody comes up and says they know who we are. Actually, we hope to have a little more of that next year, because we didn't exactly tell people where we were. We knew there was about 1,000 of our fans there at PAX, but we didn't get to meet very many of them. But it really was awesome, the people we did get to meet, and just meeting people over the internet that you've never met before in real life, and you meet them. It's pretty cool. So, but we had a great time at PAX doing interviews. I think we hope to possibly next time we go have a panel or some kind of meet and greet so that we can meet more fans, because the people that we did meet, it does feel so good. It's it is amazing when you get the likes on your video. That's one thing, but then when you have somebody come up to you, a real person, and say that they enjoy watching your videos and it makes them happy, it is really an awesome feeling. It's a totally different, very awesome feeling. So yeah.
Yeah, so since you live in the Boston area, I guess PAX East is obviously the closest convention for you to go to. So, would you have any plans to go to anywhere else, or are you just sticking to that area?
We'll see. K-Wing isn't much of a traveler, but I don't know. We'll see. Who knows what's in the future? We have thought about going to a few other places. There's, PAX Prime and E3 and stuff like that. And we had a really good PAX this year, and so I think that kind of did spur us on a little bit to think about going to other places and just being able to travel a little bit more. But yeah, it's definitely easier to go right here. I think for me, I like to take baby steps into things, so I think that who knows what the future will bring. We've definitely thought about going to other places, possibly even this year, so we'll see.
Well, I look forward to, whatever your plans will be. Cool.
Thanks.
So, you have a channel yourself, YouTube channel yourself, that's Kwife Reviews, and you started that in July of 2009, and you sort of post a variety of gameplay, gameplays. You've done A Boy and His Blob, Wario Land, Shake It, movie reviews, and you've recently we've talked about it. You've done vlogs, and are you seeking to do more of a transition to vlogs and home life, or do you want to stick more to gameplay, or sort of a mixture of both?
I think probably a mixture of both. The vlogs are definitely easier for me to do right now because I don't have to do a lot of prep work and stuff like that. I can just go on a camera and talk. So it makes me aware of how, not that it's easy for vloggers to do it every day, but it is kind of nice. It was nice for me to get back into doing things for my channel because I haven't done things for a year on there. So it was nice to kind of do that. I do want to kind of do vlogs once in a while, but I definitely still want to do some LPs. And I actually just recorded an LP of Toki Tori 2 for the Wii U, but I just have to edit it and put it up. So, and I definitely want to finish Boy and His Blob. So I want to do LPs. I'm not as great a gamer as K-Wing and many of my fans even, but I'm trying my best, and people seem to like watching me just try and just have fun. So that's really awesome. So I do want to do some more LPs. So yeah.
Well, he's the real games master, so that must be quite a challenge.
It is, but he's well, when I had two brothers growing up, and they usually killed me off first when I was playing. And it was very difficult for me to want to ever play games, but K-Wing is very good with me. He teaches me slowly and, helps me to learn and isn't like, oh, you're such a noob, get off the screen. So it's been good. He's been very patient. He's a patient guy. So, yeah. Sometimes to a fault. Some people actually comment on our videos and are like, oh, you guys aren't going fast enough or whatever. And, it's because I'm there. So, yeah.
No way, you're going at your own pace, and,
Exactly.
you want...
Exactly.
So you want to enjoy the experience of the game.
Yep, that's true. Thanks.
Yeah.
Get it.
So, as I was saying, you like doing movie reviews as well. So, you did a review of Wreck-It Ralph. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
do you really like doing movie reviews as well?
I do. I probably know a lot more movies. I've watched many more movies than I've played games, so I'm getting into the gaming thing, and I enjoy playing games because they help me to relax, and I love doing it with K-Wing. But movies, if I need to relax, I watch a movie, and I really get into it. I really do analyze. Usually, if I go to the movie theater, I come home and I just rant about everything that was wrong or right with the movie, and I just get it off my chest. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I can do more of those reviews. They're kind of... Yeah, I have to tone down. I have to tone it down and then do the review. Sometimes I get really upset if I didn't have the character I liked in the movie or whatever. It really bothers me. So we'll see. We have to like even out the edges, the rough edges of those movie reviews, and then hopefully I can do some more. So
yeah. Well, that shows that you're really into it if you're ranting and raving about a particular film, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you also are a music major, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, it is.
So tell us about. Am I guessing that sort of classical music, particularly classical music, is very much one of your passions?
Yes, it definitely is. I have wanted to be a composer like Mozart or Beethoven since I was about 5 years old. And I would still like to do something like that. K-Wing recently bought me a program to do like electronic music on my computer, so I'm going to try to work with that. But life kind of happens, and I have my associates in music, but I actually have taken a lot more classes than that. I just don't have my of higher degree. But yeah, I've definitely taken a lot of years of voice and violin. So, I mean, someday I'd just love to write music. I did study classical music, but I think what I really enjoy is kind of like in the movie The Wedding Singer, where he just says, you write a song and it touches somebody and someone can understand, wow, I know what that guy was thinking when he, wrote that. And I would just love to, whatever kind of music I could write, I would just love to be any kind of songwriter at all. I would love to do that someday. So that's my goal.
Yeah. And I made reference to it at the start of the interview, but you also sing as well. And you recorded a song, Each Game Has a Story, a few years back.
Yes, I did. And I love that song. I love listening to it. And the guitarist, our friend Chris Holland, did a great job, and K-Wing did the drums on that. And that is this kind of stuff I really like to do. K-Wing loves, rock music and stuff like that. So I would love to do some music with him sometime, and, I would love to be able to put out an album or something. That would be awesome. And well, I mean, they did, and I just did the one song on it. So yeah, I really do want to do more singing. I love singing. I've thought about doing those, trying out for American Idol a trillion times, but I have like all this thing. I'm Kwife. I have things I need to do at home, so it's like, maybe someday I will, start a YouTube channel just for singing, and who knows where it would lead. So yeah, thank you for noticing my singing.
No, I was listening to it yesterday, and well, first of all, I think you have a lovely voice. And,
thank you very much.
And I said, when I was listening to it, and from the perspective of the lyrics, and it sort of tells the story really of how K-Wing got into game reviews, I suppose, because it's has a quite a bit of meaning to it, I thought.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was supposed to be about how I got into game reviews. You're right on.
Well, I hope you are able to record more songs in the future.
Thank you.
And you also play the violin too. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. Go ahead. Sorry.
And you were a second chair violinist?
Yeah, I was second chair for a while in my high school. My parents couldn't afford lessons as much as some of the other kids in my orchestra, but I just kept plugging away at it, and I was actually able to some of the kids who had lessons for years, and I didn't really have any lessons. I had just had like a few lessons, just a couple years of lessons, and a lot of it was just I watched people next to me and stuff like that. I just learned on the fly. I had a year where I couldn't even do orchestra, and so I came back and everyone was better than me, but I learned how to kind of like play by ear and kind of fake it a little bit until you make it. So I think that was good that I kind of had a disadvantage, because now I actually do play by ear. If somebody sings something, I can just pick up my violin and play it. So I'm very happy that I can do that. I don't know. Someday, hopefully, that will come in useful, but you never know.
Well, not everyone can do that. They often need sheet music in front of them, so be able to just hear something and then be able to replicate it is quite a talent.
Yeah, it does help me to be able to play with other people who are just picking up guitar and playing. I've noticed some of my friends who played violin could not play with them because they just say, well, what are the notes? And it's like, listen, they didn't know how to do that. So yeah, it is nice to be able to do that. Yeah. So, K-Wife, what are your future projects down the line for both yourself personally or your YouTube channels? We definitely want to do some more Batman stuff on the Let's Play channel.
Mm-hmm.
We have had so many comments of people saying they subscribe just for Batman, so their voices have been heard, and we definitely want to do some more of that. Lego Batman, to 3DS, possibly Lego Batman 2 Wii U, and obviously there's a lot of Batman games coming out now, like Injustice and the
Arkham Origins. Arkham Origins.
Yes, thank you. You said what I was trying to say. And we definitely want to try to get some Batman stuff up there, because some people have subscribed for Batman and they just that's their comment every time, Batman. And I don't know. As for other things, I do want to keep doing the vlogs, and just hopefully Luke and I can do some vlogs and just keep you guys updated so we stay more connected. And pretty much I want to get more involved in us managing the channels and just helping K-Wing out with everything behind the scenes so that he can concentrate more on pumping out more reviews. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question now that I ask everyone who comes on here. So if you could create a video game, if a developer came to you and said, Kwife, you can create any video game you want, what would it be and why?
Oh my goodness. Wow. I've created a lot of video games in my head over the years. I think the first thing that pops into my head, which is really weird, but is a little video game I kind of created when I was a little girl, and it had different animals with different powers, and they defeated evil, which, is somewhat like Sonic, but I would like them to work together. And I particularly remember there was a girl bunny in the game that had high heels, and she could use that to stomp on people and hurt them. I think that would be it. My head also rushes. I'm also thinking about like some kind of space thing, but I think I would, if I really could pick one game, I think, I would do something adorable with little animals and have them defeat evil somehow. So that would definitely be it.
And maybe have Kirby make a cameo appearance.
Yes.
Great. So, Kwife, what do you have to say to all the K fans that have been following you for so many years and watching the channels develop and watching you and Luke make all these great video game reviews?
I think I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, obviously, and thank you for just accepting us how we are and not wanting us to be just like over the top, and we're just ourselves. And as I said before, I'm a really shy person in real life, so it's so awesome when people let me just be myself and I don't have to be anybody else. And it's like, I remember when I first started getting views on some of our Let's Plays, and people were commenting like, oh, you're so funny, or this is so fun to watch. And I remember just saying to Luke, oh my gosh, people like me, and I was so happy. So I think it's so awesome that people like me for who I am and us for who we are. So yeah, thank you for that, everybody.
No, I think it's very important to be genuine on a platform like YouTube, because people, I think, can see if you're sort of not being genuine, or don't have a real passion for what you're doing. So I think it's very important to be down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
So to close out, do you have any social media links you would like to promote?
My Facebook is, let's see. Actually, if you go to Facebook and type in Kwife Reviews, that's my username on Facebook. Kwife is the first name and Reviews is the last name. So if you guys send me a friend request, I will friend everybody. So, and then I can keep you guys updated there. And then I have a Twitter as well. I think it's on my channel page. There should be a link on my channel page to my Twitter. And then just my channel is obviously youtube.com/Kwife Reviews. And then if people don't know, we do have some people aren't aware that we have our Let's Play channel, which is Kwings Let's Plays. And yeah, so youtube.com/Kwings Let's Plays. And so, yeah, those are pretty much it for now. We're currently trying to work on a website, but haven't quite gotten that yet. So stay posted. Stay tuned.
and your Kwing Let's Plays, that's daily content, is that right?
Yes. But I was gonna say we try to put up daily content. We're so far we've had daily content up there for quite a while, and if we don't have daily content sometime, it's my fault, because that's my thing. I gotta keep that going. So we plan on having daily content on there from now until eternity. So yes, stay tuned.
Well, thank you again, Amber. It's been great having you on and to do this interview.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much as well. I had a great time. So it was nice. Thank you.